Hi, I'm Miss Lonnie. Welcome to Art V, art and music from the road. Won't you come in? Recently I visited Missoula, Montana, where I went to the Sojo Norwegian farm. There were fainting goats and honeybees and chickens and a lot more. And I discovered that farmers can be their very own special kind of artists. As you'll see in my interview with Sonia, that along with her husband Joe, they have created a masterpiece. And their farm is kind of like a live painting. So let's check that out. Okay, I'm here with Sonia from Sojo Norwegian Farms in Missoula, Montana. And this is one of her little babies here. Can you tell us a little bit about your farm, Sonia?
Well, it's a work in progress. We've been here for a year, and we got all of these hens. We've got 50 hens. We actually started out with 53, but 2 of them ended up being roosters instead of hens, and then 1 died unexpectedly. We don't know what happened, but we got all of these as we went on to quarantine with COVID. So this coop right here, my husband built all from repurposed materials except for the sheeting on the roof, and the inside are menu boards from an iconic restaurant here in Missoula called Hoagieville. So the walls and the floor are menu boards, and what's kind of funny about it is that there are a lot of chicken items on the menu. So like chicken nuggets, chicken strips, chicken sandwich.
Good thing that chickens can't read.
Yeah, right. They'd be afraid. But we would never eat these chickens. They're our little pets, and they're funny to watch if you're ever in a having a bad day or feeling kind of sad. You just walk up and you just watch them, and they're just so funny and so cute. And we've got some goats and 3 fainting goats and 2 baby goats. Oh, you're okay, little girl. And the fainting goats are kind of funny because you just never know when they're going to faint. Their back legs stiffen up and they fall over, and it doesn't hurt them at all. But we got all of this happened when we went down on lockdown with coronavirus. So we've had a lot going on.
I know I saw you spinning honey yesterday.
Yeah,
So you have beehives?
Honey, so our beehives are over here, and that was new to us. One of the hives got attacked by robber bees and hornets, and they literally cleaned that hive out of about 100 pounds of honey in about 3 hours.
Oh no.
Just amazing how it happens. So we now know how to protect our hives. This is all something new to us.
Learning every day.
Every day it's something new. And I don't want to tell you kids exactly everything that's gone on here because your little minds would just it's life on a farm.
Life on a farm.
And the circle of life and what happens, and trying to be self-sufficient and sustainable, and taking care of what we can on our own without having to depend on society for things that people in maybe the big city just can't do for themselves.
I mean, it's a aspiring way to live, for sure.
It is.
And who is this little?
This is Blondie.
Blondie. Oh, she's adorable.
Top hat. And she's our smallest little hen, but she asserts herself in ways that some of the bigger hens probably don't. So maybe that's kind of a lesson to some of you who are smaller, that just because you're small doesn't mean you can't do big things.
Wow, I love that.
So,
thank you. Today we're going to use the animals from the Sojo farm as our inspiration. We're going to be drawing goats, and we're going to also look at some images from a farm I visited in Blackfoot, Idaho. It was a petting farm, and all the animals lived together. There were mini horses and donkeys, goats, alpacas, and even a hedgehog. Remember, whenever we're looking at art or images, always look for lines, shapes, color, texture, and space. It'll just make you a better artist. Let's make a goat. I'm going to use a black Sharpie for the outline, just so you could see it. You might want to start with a pencil, or you can use crayons, markers, whatever you have available. Okay, I'm going to start with a kind of a little bit of a peanut shape for the head, some curves, like that. Keep going around. Stop about there. Go up to the top and give it a horn, kind of going backwards. The ear going out the side. Put a little bit of hair there, a little fur. And I'm going to do a little U shape going forward for the next horn. It's a little bigger because it's a little closer. And this kind of gives it the look. Goat's kind of tilting its head a little bit. This looks like it's forward, and this looks like it's in the back a little bit. So let's talk about a goat's nose. If you use the letter Y, you have a nice goat nose. The eyes of a goat. They're kind of on the side of the head. A little bit, so try to do that. And they don't have pupils that are round shape like us. They're lines. They almost look like little rectangles if you look closely at a goat's eyes. Alright, now the body. You might even put a little bit of a mouth underneath this little goat's nose here. I'm going to come back up and put the other ear starting at the horn. Now I'm going to start down from that ear. Going to do a nice curve shape for the back. And when I get towards the leg, I'm going to come forward a little bit like that and stop. We go back up. Give it a curve like that. Now I'm going to do the top part of the legs. So I kind of just want some diagonal lines that go towards each other like that. Put the body together. And then do the back legs coming out of that area. Now you want to go into nice skinny legs here. And they also have hoofs. And make nice curvy lines. You don't want them to be too straight. They're sheer-footed, so you can kind of go back. Follow that back up and give it a little line for where the hoof is. Do the same with the other ones. The back legs should be a little bit further away because, remember, whatever's closer looks bigger. Done with the goat tail. There I have the basic shape of my goat. And now I'm going to make a little hill for it to climb. Whenever you're doing a background line, you always stop where it hits the object. And now you might want to make it a billy goat. Put a little beard on it. You might make it spotted. Could be a purple goat. Anything you want. Just have a little fun. I hope you enjoyed visiting us today, and I hope you'll be back next time when we go to Yellowstone National Park. Bye.
Flowering
Please remember to subscribe, comment,